I'm heading down. I'm gonna get an ult range. I'm gonna set my
flash. Cock. He's rooted. He's finish him. Finish him.
Taunt it.
All right, back up.
No, I'm going in. I'm going in.
Going.
Taunt, 7 seconds.
Man cloud.
4 seconds. 4 seconds.
Dragon.
Let's
He might be rooted. He might be rooted. Okay, get out.
Dragon. It's free.
Welcome back to week 6 of the North American LCS. Right now I'm happy to be joined by NK Inc. and Maple Street of Velocity. Going 2-0 on the week, also NK Inc. Congratulations on the first interview to the couch. Maple Street, you have warmed this seat before, but welcome to the interview lounge. Coming into Champion Select, NK Inc., we'll start with you. What were you guys thinking when you saw Yorick? It seemed like you guys were talking about it on the couch. You had a kind of an inkling.
Yeah, as soon as they picked Yorick, we kind of knew what they were going to go for. Yesterday they ran double AD, and we know as soon as they picked Ezreal, it was going to be Zuna on a hyper carry and the Yorick to try to keep both the double ADs alive.
So Maple, what does that mean? We've been seeing this Ezreal come out a bit, but nobody's really talked about it. What does that open up for a team?
Well, it's good pushing mid, and if it's like a good matchup for them, then I guess the Ezreal can snowball turret pushes with his W since it increases attack speed. And he's got a lot of mobility and poke, so he's kind of like the new Jace, but I don't think he's that good.
So coming into that game, you guys obviously saw the Yorick. Maple, were the picks and bans different for you right off the bat, or do you guys run with what you went into the game thinking?
We had a set plan for our bans and picks, but it could be adjusted here and there, but especially since they picked like the huge tank front line of York and Zach, I knew I wanted Vayne as my AD carry.
So going into the game now, we obviously saw that Vile Rose, again in the bottom lane, was quite focused going into this. What's the mentality of you guys coming in, knowing he's most likely going to go with Shen since it's quite strong for him right now, knowing that lane may get focused quite a bit?
Basically, our mentality is just, we know Shen can catch up if he gets put behind because of that global ultimate that he has. So if they want to put all their pressure on the new guy and they want to put all their pressure on Vile, so because he's in a new lane, if they focus him down, he can catch up later in the game with his global ultimate. So that's like the perfect hero for the new guy on the team.
And you guys usually have Shen in your composition, sometimes running the jungle, so it works out perfectly. Also, for you, Maple, that you had to have so much fun that game. All the controls in the bottom lane, you farmed your face off.
I didn't farm that much, but I got a second quadra kill, which is pretty good. And I forgot to say I'm the best marksman now.
Oh,
totally.
So coming out with that, throughout the season, you've had 5 Dravens, 5 Varus, a Twitch in there with the Avarice Blade coming out, some Trist and Cog. Why the Vayne this time?
Well, Vayne's really strong this patch. Draven got nerfed. I don't like the nerfs, but Vayne is really strong now since there's no champion named Draven to absolutely murder her.
And now you guys, 2 changes coming in, 2 wins on this week. The momentum is definitely on an upward stride. NK, what's it like having Echo on the team? A Lux player, a TF, an Ahri player, somebody that can make impact plays while still having Vile Rose calling shots in the top. What does that open up for you having Echo now?
It's really nice to just have Echo there because he's a really, really solid mid laner. I know Vile's champion pool was kind of focused more on like assassins or like utility champions like Kayle, Zed, Karthus, like those kind of heroes. And Echo's pool is really, really diverse, so it gives us a lot of options. We can pick Orianna one game or go to Ahri, or we could go back to Zed too. We just have a lot of options with his pool. And Vile played a lot of top heroes at the beginning as well, like Rumble and Kayle, and he gets those banned out a lot still, even though he's not mid lane anymore.
And NK, we'll start with you and Maple. You can voice in if you want. The last split showed that, there were some teams on the bottom. They started to rise to the top, which are now some of the top 2, Vulcan and Coast, or 3. So why do you think that is? Why do you think also you guys now starting to come back? Is it that the practice of LCS and the regimen of it is making everybody better, or you guys figure something out that's really just got the momentum going?
I think it's just we kind of found our groove and we're getting the train started. So hopefully we can keep the wins coming and get our record, above 500.
Right on. And guys, final question for you. What has changed recently with the strategies, with Echo and Vile Rose back in new positions on the team to bring out these wins?
Obviously, we haven't run the Janna comp yet with Echo, so it's obviously like there's kind of a difference there where we can't really run that yet until we practice it with him. So we're obviously looking to bring old strategies back and then develop new strategies with all of their champion picks and their different kind of pools that they bring to the table.
Well, the moves seem to be making the changes you guys definitely need. Congratulations again, 2-0 on the week. Thank you for taking the time to do an interview with me here. We have a bit more to go on the day. EU LCS going tomorrow as well, still in Tenerife. You'll be informed on that a little bit later from Trevor and Jat on the desk. But right now, Kobe is on the telestrator to break down the last few games of the day, and we'll leave you with that.
All right, thank you, Riv. I'm here today to talk to you about double AD comps, of course. First, I want to give you a little context as to why so many people have started running these double ADs. They're all often citing the Korean scene, but there's two things that are key which made the Koreans run these comps. First, they would always take Ezreal as their mid laner, their second AD, because they played it on the previous patch where Muramana would stack incredibly fast, much, much faster than it does now, and because of the Iceborne Gauntlet adding the kiting potential to that team, which is very, very important for any double AD comp. Now, if instead you're like CLG and you go with Vayne as the top solo laner and Twitch as your other AD carry, it just makes your positioning that much more important. And you will pay really dearly for it if you do not have a strong front line. So we're going to run this game here from the Dignitas CLG game to see what it has. Let's go 50% speed, and we can see it in action. They've already got the Baron, but look how CLG are still running into this for the team fight. We're going to see Big Fat LP. Okay, we'll pause it right here. You need a front line for a double AD composition. Look at CLG's positioning right here. They're all at the same distance right now away from the team, and there's nobody who can tank. Big Fat LP did not get tanky enough. He has no health bars, and Chowster tries desperately to get in there and bring some attention to himself, popping off the box to make some kind of peel for these dual ADs, but it's not going to happen here. We'll roll out the rest of the clip and see that they have no chance because they just have no beef, and there's nothing for those ADs to work around. They both split in different directions, and Dignitas just ripped them apart. Our second dual AD composition we just saw, where Velocity took this one from the very beginning. They used 2 global ultimates to continually catch out Vulcan and then kite them away during the Yorick ultimate. So first, we're going to start off this dragon fight with a Yorick catch. Let's roll a clip here. And we'll see Psycho Sid get caught out early. Not only do they burn him low, but they also get his ultimate out of him. So let's pause it here. At this point, Velocity could have kept chasing around and going after that Yorick because they knew they got him low. But they do the smart thing. They kite back. The entire team pulls back here for the duration of this Yorick ultimate. And they also make the call to bring TF to start walking down the map so that he can then join them for the follow-up. So they've preemptively laid the groundwork for a follow-up extra kill in this team fight. All right, let's roll out the rest of the clip here, and we'll see. The entire team kites back as one. And then NK Inc. right here just makes an outstanding play, catching the immobile AD carry here, Zuna. Pause here. So he's made the pick right now. This is the immobile one. They have Ezreal on this team, but since they went with the Zuna, Kog'Maw has no escapes. Really nice job there by NK, and they do not hesitate to jump on Zuna because they know there's no Yorick ultimate left. They already burned that one down. All right, let's roll out the rest of the clip here. Mandatory Cloud, TF is walking down the river right here, and he's going to re-engage after they're kiting this Akithian surprise. Now Echo comes in, that's another kill secured for them, and that is also going to secure that dragon for them. So that really what I'm trying to show there is the importance of positioning in these double AD comps and the importance of bringing that kiting potential. Let's send it back over to the guys to the desk.
Thank you for that one, Kobe. Double AD comps, the flavor of the week.
Absolutely.
If I can go that far. Now that we've completed 6 weeks of the NA LCS, let's take a look at the standings. Cloud9 is in first place for the 6th week in a row, while Vulcan is sitting in 2nd place.
And there's a 3-way tie for 3rd place between CLG, Dignitas, and TSM, while Curse and Team Coast are tied for 6th. And then, with the 2-0 week, Velocity sits at 4-13.
Let's see if they can pull that one back, all right? Yeah. It's time now to name our most valuable player for the week. And for helping his team go another perfect 2-0, the MVP goes to Cloud9's top laner, Balls.
And this is his 2nd MVP in a row, and it's because he earned it. He's one of the best players in the NALCS right now mechanically, and part of that is due to his ability to play almost every champion in the game at the highest level. He carried Cloud9 as Rumble in their win over TSM, and Karthus against Curse really turned the game around. Lemon Nation even said that he had the best mechanics in the LCS, and We do have to give that special shout out to Maple Street and Echo for helping turn Velocity's season around really with their fantastic performances this week. But in the end, it goes to balls.
And we'll have to keep our eyes on Vilrose as well if he can play other champions at similar levels. 2 games of Shen with 2 victories, but we'll have to see next week what else he can play.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the LCS will continue from Tenerife, Spain tomorrow, where the Spanish players, they dropped all of their games on day 1. When they turned it around, they won all of the games in game 2. And on Saturday, it's going to be day 3.
Up first, it's the finals of the Challenger tournament between the Copenhagen Wolves and TCM Gaming.
And then it's time for the pros to face off, starting with Fnatic taking on Gambit, followed by SK Gaming battling the Ninjas in Pajamas.
After that, it's Evil Geniuses versus Meteor Makers and Team Alternate taking on the Lemon Dogs.
It all starts Saturday at 6 a.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Central European Summertime.
And next Thursday, we have 6 games coming your way from North America, starting with Velocity Esports taking on Cloud9, followed by Dignitas battling TSM and Team Coast versus Vulcan.
The second half of the day features CLG taking on Curse, TSM battling Vulcan, and Cloud9 squaring off against Team Coast.
Week 7 of the NALCS kicks off next Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Central European Time.
And remember that if you've missed any of today's actions, head over to lolesports.com, click on schedule, and hit the match details button below to watch the games. That does it for week 6 of the North American League Championship Series. So for myself, Jat, Riv, Kobe, and the entire live broadcasting crew, thank you so much for watching, and good night.
Have a plan. We always need to know what's next.
I'm on him. Go. Nice.
Push top.
Push up.
Poke.
No, it's going to be Dyrus picking that one up. A long-range cocoon over from downtown. All ultimates being thrown down in middle. They go for the haymakers here. It's going to be 2 down going onto the side of Curse.
But double of the near, both hit by the crescendo. Immediately double it is squashed under the boot of Dignitas.